Okay, আজকে we will start from defects of eye. Acha, there can be a lot of defects in our eye. Okay, it can happen that I am having my eye lens here and this is my eyeball. It can so happen that a ray of light is passing parallel to the line which is passing midway through my eye. Okay, now if a ray of light comes in this way and falls on my lens, it may so happen that after it may so happen that a ray of light which will come parallel to this line after refraction will pass in this direction. Okay, it can also happen that a ray of light may come parallel and it may pass in this direction, right? Now the two rays are intersecting at this point. Are they intersecting on the retina? Are they intersecting on the retina? No. Rani,
Yes, sir.
mute your system. Okay, are they intersecting at this point? No. Yes. Are they intersecting on the retina? No. But when we have to see an image distinctly, it means that the rays of light must intersect over the retina, right? This condition is known as myopia. What is it known as? Myopia. Okay, now we want to rectify this situation. Now tell me one thing, if I make the rays to come like this, what will happen? Will they intersect at a point before this one or will they intersect at a point after this one? What will happen? No, if the rays of light come like this, it will bend further, right? Then this one will also bend further, then the image will be formed somewhere here. Now if I make the rays to come in this way, if I make the rays to come in this way, what will happen? Will they converge or will they diverge out? Like they will converge, of course, but will they converge before this or after this? After. That means if I make these rays diverging, then they will converge somewhere after this, right? So there is a possibility that we can get the image in this situation if the rays of light can be diverged such that they form the image beyond the initial point of intersection. Okay, so how we will do that? Now if we want to diverge a ray, what kind of lens do we use? Do we use a concave lens or do we use a convex lens?
Convex lens.
Convex lens. Okay, so we use a convex lens. So to diverge we use a convex lens, as you were saying. Okay, this is a convex lens. Does this lens actually diverge any ray? Does this lens diverge? No. Divergence occurs in this kind of lens. What is this kind of lens known as?
Concave lens.
Concave lens. Okay, so we must keep it in mind that to diverge we need to have a concave lens. What kind of lens? Okay, and to converge we need to have a
converging. For the converging of the rays, we have to need the convex lens.
For converging we need convex, for diverging we need concave. Okay,
Concave.
Okay, chalo. Now so if we want to correct this eye situation, what kind of lens do we need? Concave.
So convex lens.
That again, understand it properly. We have a lens like this. This is our eyeball. The rays of light are coming in this direction, right? The rays are coming such that it is intersecting at a point somewhere here, right? Now to get an image beyond it, we need to have these rays diverging out. Now we have to make the parallel lens diverging. Which kind of lens will do that?
The concave lens.
Concave lens. Will the convex lens ever do that? No. Only
No,
the concave
sir.
lens will do that. Okay. So if the concave lens has to do that, then we have to put a concave lens somewhere here. Right? Okay. Now let us do this diagram in a more diagrammatic way. Okay. See. We will make the eye lens look a little bigger. This is actually not the case, but so that we understand it properly, we are making the eye lens a little bigger. Now this is our eye beyond our eye lens. Okay. In our initial situation, we are drawing a line midway like this. Now suppose a ray of light is coming parallel, so it is converging and going through this point. Again a ray of light is coming like this, it is converging and going through this point. Okay, now we will use a concave lens. So we are using a concave lens in here. See, this is our concave lens, right? Now it will diverge the ray. Now when it will diverge the ray, this ray will move out like this, right? This ray will move out like this, because this is the blue ray. After coming from this point, it will diverge. This ray after coming up to this point will diverge. Now if the rays are diverging, then there may be a possibility that if we use a certain kind of concave lens of a specific focal length such that it forms an image after converging at this point. So what will happen? This will converge and the image will be formed at this point. Is that clear? Now at this point we have our retina and we will be able to see the image properly. Okay, so the condition is known as myopia. And how do we correct it? How do we correct it? Can you tell me how do we correct it? We correct it by using a concave lens. Is that clear? Okay, now if I ask you a question that a person is suffering from myopia, and suppose I don't want the person to use a spectacle, because spectacles will be having lens, right? Your spectacle has lens, her spectacle has lens. So I don't want the person to use a spectacle. Now without using the spectacle, will the person be able to see an object near his eye or an object far away from his eye? Which will be better for him to see in the naked eye? Near his eye. Okay, let us understand the condition then. Okay, let us understand the condition. We will use two conditions. First condition, this is our lens, this is the eye lens and it is like this. Second condition, this is the eye lens and our eye is like this one. Okay, now in first condition we are keeping an object closer to the eye, right? In the second condition we are keeping an object farther away from the eye. Now the maximum aperture or accommodation from which the light can come are the two ends of the lens. It can't go beyond that, right? So if I draw a ray from here up to here, from here up to here, then I'll also be drawing a ray from here up to here and from here up to here, right? These are the two situations possible. Now tell me one thing, if this ray has to bend, now this lens will be bending them equivalently. Now these are almost parallel to each other, right? So if it bends in this situation, the bending will be like this, right? If it bends in this situation, the bending will be like this, because this ray is more divergent, this ray is less divergent. So if an object is far away, it will be difficult for the observer to observe it who is having myopia, but he can see an object lying closer or in the short distance. Is that clear? Okay, write it down. Okay, so we understood myopia, right? So in myopia, what is happening? The ray of lights are converging beforehand. Acha. Suppose this is a normal healthy eye. This is a normal healthy eye. It has an eyeball like this. Okay. Tell me one thing. We will understand how the defects are formed. Okay. Suppose I have a lens like this. I have a lens like this. And I have a lens like this. Okay. In the first one, the ray of light is coming in this direction, and after diffraction it is forming the image at the point P. Okay. Now I give you two choices. In first one, the ray of light is coming this way. In second one also, the ray of light is coming this way. Tell me, this is choice 1, this is choice 2. In choice 1, will the image be formed behind P or in front of P? Will the ray intersect behind P or in front of P? In front of P, because the curvature has increased, right? Because the curvature has increased. So in this case, the rays of light will pass like this. Is that clear? Okay. Now in this case, it will be formed then after P, because the curvature has decreased. So the image will be formed somewhere after P. Okay. Suppose it is A, this one is B. Now imagine a situation when the size of my eyeball is fixed. There is no problem with my eyeball, but there is a problem with my lens. Suppose my ciliary muscles are not enough good to make the curvature right. Okay, the eye muscles have weakened. Now what can happen is that if the image has to be formed beforehand, will the curvature of the lens increase? Yes. That means if the curvature of the lens increases, what will happen is that its focal length will decrease, because this is the focal length in the first case, right? So when the curvature will increase, the curvature will increase means the focal length will decrease. It will become more curved, that means the focal length will decrease. So one thing can happen is that the size of my eyeball will remain same like this. Okay, there is no problem with my eyeball, it is absolutely same, but the curvature of my lens has changed. This can lead to myopia, right? Because in this case the rays will be formed beforehand. It is possible. Okay, so I am drawing the rays again. The rays are coming like this. It is being formed somewhere in here. It is also coming like this, parallel to each other, and it is formed somewhere here, right? The same rays are coming here, but as its curvature has increased, it will pass beforehand. Concept clear? Okay. So this is a case which can happen for myopia. Okay. Now, what is the another defect that can happen? Can it happen that the curvature of the lens will remain same? There is no problem with the curvature of the lens. So I am drawing the curvature of the lens like this, that the curvature of the lens is good. Okay, there is no problem with it. But can it happen that the length of my eyeball may increase due to some defect? Can it happen like that? So the lens is okay, but the eyeball length has increased. Okay, so it can happen that the length is okay, but the eyeball length has increased. It can happen like that. So this situation and this situation will be same. That means the ray of light will come like this, and the image will be formed by passing the light through this portion. Okay, it can happen in this way. Oh sorry, it can happen in this way. The image will be formed at the right position. It can happen in this way, right? So this is also a case of myopia. That means in both of the cases the intersection is happening before reaching the retina. So it can be due to two reasons. One, due to decrease in focal length of the eyeball of the lens. One, due to decrease in focal length. This is case 1. And case 2, increase in length of the eyeball. Okay, second case is increase in length of eyeball. Is that clear, all of you? Done? Chalo, copy it now. Okay, one thing I forgot to tell you. So in myopia we found one thing. What is that? We found out that the short sighted objects can be clearly seen, but the long sighted objects are not distinctly seen, right? So we can see the short sighted objects. Short sighted means near objects, right? The objects which are nearer to that. Like if I want to read a book, it is better for me if I am having myopia, but I cannot see a distant tree at a far away place, right? I cannot identify that Rumi ma'am is sitting there because I am having myopia, but I can identify the color of the and the structure of the webcam. So that means anything which is closer to me can be identified easily, but further away from me cannot be identified. Okay, so it means in myopia we can see near objects, or we have a near sight, we have a short sight. Therefore myopia is also known as short sightedness or near sightedness. Okay, am I clear with the concepts? So we have completed myopia. And remember one thing, short sightedness or near sightedness are related to the power of accommodation. What is our power of accommodation? That is the maximum distance of a normal human being which he can see clearly. I told you previous day that it is 25 centimeter. So if we keep anything at 25 centimeter distance without stressing our eye, we can see it ekdam clearly. Suppose you are trying to read this book. Now if you keep this book at this distance, it will be stressful for your eye. If you keep this book at this distance, that will also be stressful for your eye. But if you keep that book at 25 centimeter distance, like almost this distance, without stressing your eye, you will be able to see it ekdam clearly, because the distance between your eye and the object is 25 centimeter. Okay, this is the least distance of distinct vision. What are we saying? That is least, remember this is least distance of distinct vision, okay, which is equal to 25 centimeter. Now if I say short sightedness, short means shorter than 25 centimeter for a normal human being. If I say long sightedness, long means away or more than 25 centimeter for a normal human being. Is the concept clear? So if I am saying that myopia is short sightedness, that means if I keep anything closer to 25 centimeter, that will be distinctly visible to me. Okay, and if I keep anything further away or more than 25 centimeter away, that won't be clearly visible to me in case of myopia. Okay, so we learned three things. Myopia, the intersection happens before or after the retina? Before the retina. Okay, in myopia for correction we use concave or convex? Concave. Okay, and it can happen due to two defects. One is due to the decrease in focal length or increase in length of eyeball. Okay, ekdam clear? Any doubts? Okay, write this down. So now we will do the second condition, which is hypermetropia. Okay, তাহলে মায়োপিয়াতে যদি ইমেজটা আগে ফর্ম হয়, তাহলে হাইপারমেট্রোপিয়া কোথায় ফর্ম হবে? দূরে ফর্ম হবে। ওকে, সো নাও উই উইল ডু hypermetropia. Okay, hypermetropia. So suppose this is our normal eye, this is our normal eyeball, okay, and suppose a ray of light is coming like this in this way, it is also coming like this in this way, then after refraction it should have formed at this point, right? Now if it is the case of hypermetropia, what will happen? The rays of light after refraction through the eye lens will form behind the eye, that is, if this is the line midway to the eye, the ray of light coming like this after diffraction will form image somewhere behind the eye. Is the concept clear? Okay, so it means that there is a problem with the curvature of the lens. There can also be a problem with the eyeball, right? There can be two problems. Now tell me, if there is a problem with the lens, will the focal length of the lens increase or decrease? Increase. Good. Now if there is a problem with the eyeball, increase or decrease? Decrease. See, that means you have understood this topic. Very good.
Decrease.
Yes. So we will consider both of the situations. In first situation, the focal length of the eyeball has increased, okay. Now if this is the normal size of the eyeball and the focal length has increased, that means it has become narrow. If it has become narrow, the focal length will increase. Now if the focal length increases, what will happen to the power? No, if the focal length increases, the power will decrease or increase?
The power will decrease.
Good. So what will happen in this case is that if I bring a ray of light like this, then it will form the image somewhere at the back, okay. Now it can also happen that there is no problem with the lens is absolutely fine, but the eyeball has shortened, okay. Now if the eyeball has shortened, then this may happen the case, the eyeball has shortened. So in that case, what will happen? If I draw a line midway to that, if a ray of light comes parallel, then also it will form the ray image behind it. So see, in this case the image is formed at the right point, but the problem is that the eyeball itself has got shortened. Now if they have shortened and I am not getting the image at the right portion, so what do I need? Do I need to converge them to form the image here? Okay, which kind of lens converges the rays? Convex lens. Okay, so what am I doing is that I am using a convex lens in this position, okay. So I am using a convex lens. I will draw the two conditions again. So I am using a convex lens in its place. So this is my eyeball. I will again draw it, right? Now what will happen is that I will draw a line midway to that. I will also draw a line midway to that. Now if I do it without using any lens, then the image is formed at the back. If I don't use a lens, the image is formed at the back. Now the same rays are coming parallel to each other, but what I am doing is that I am using a convex lens to rectify the image formed. Now what does convex lens do? They converge, right? So the convex lens will converge, so it will converge this one and this ray will also converge this one, right? Now if they converge, there has been too much convergence, okay, no problem. If they converge, what will happen? These rays will again converge. What will happen? They will converge and this eye lens will again converge it, then it will form the ray just at the desired position. Is the concept clear? So there will be two convergence. One convergence will take place at this lens, second convergence will take place at this lens. What happened in case of myopia? First there was divergence, then there was convergence. Was there divergence from the first? Yes. In case of myopia, divergence at first, then convergence. In case of hypermetropia, convergence at first, convergence at second. Okay, two convergence. Is that clear? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, if we see the kind of sightedness it will have, we will observe that if I place an eye with hypermetropia in both of the situations, now suppose an observer is keeping an object here and observing is keeping an object far away. Now they are bad at converging, right? Hypermetropic eyes are bad at converging. That is why the image is forming at the back. So if an object is nearsighted, then they are more diverging in nature than the object which are at the far sighted positions, right? This is less diverging, this is more diverging, right? So in this case, they won't be able to converge it at the proper place. Will they be able to converge it? No. But in this case, as they are less diverging, there may be a possibility that they will be able to converge it. Okay. So for eyes with hypermetropia, it will be easier for them to see the far-sighted objects. So can we call it as far-sightedness or long-sightedness? Okay. So hypermetropia is also known as far-sightedness or long sightedness. Okay, is the concept clear ekdam? Okay, write this down first. So we learned about myopia, we learned about hypermetropia. Now we will learn about accommodation and power of accommodation. Okay, all of you stop writing. Accommodation. Suppose I need to see an object closer to me, so can I focus? If I need to see an object closer to me, can I focus? All of you bring your hands closer to
Yes, sir.
and bring your hands slowly away. Focus at a point on your hand. Can you focus at a point and bring that closer to you? Closer. See, a point will come when it will appear blurred, and then if you have to again focus it, you have to give stress at your eye. Can you do that? And bring it closer. Give stress at your eye and bring it closer. After stressing your eye also, there is a certain limit beyond which even if you stress your eye more, you are seeing it blurred. Is it happening like that?
Yes,
So
sir.
there is a limitation which you cannot cross. You can bring it so close and see it clearly, but if you bring it a little closer than that, if you stress your eye also, then also you won't be able to see it clearly. So that is the least distance which we can focus. Okay, least distance which we can focus. Now the least distance which we can focus without stressing our eye is 25 centimeter. I told you that is the least distance of distinct vision. Okay, normal person it is 25 centimeter. Now from this portion where we don't need to stress our eye much more, to the farthest point that we can see. Now if I tell you, can you see the rod's end? A normal person, you can see that. Okay, can you see what is written on the board? You can see that. Now if I tell a normal person to see, can you see the school's building at a far away distance? You can also see that. So that means the far point of our vision is as far as we can imagine. That is infinity. Practically that is infinity. Okay, so for a normal person we can see any object from 25 centimeter to infinity. Okay, we can see any object. And how can we see that? We can see that by changing the focal length of the lens of our eye. Now how does focal length change? See, if this is the lens, now we have muscles attached to it, right? We have muscles attached to it. Now have you taken any towel and pulled that out? What will happen? It will become thin, right? If you don't pull that out, if you leave that as released, it will become thick. So two things can happen. First thing is I am stressing this out, that is I am pulling out. If I am pulling out, what will happen? This will not remain like this. This will become thin, right? If I'm pulling out, it will become thin. And what will happen if I'm pushing in? What will happen if I'm pushing in? Suppose I'm pushing in. In that case, what will happen? I'm pushing in. In that case, the curvature will increase, right? So when I'm pushing in, the curvature will increase. When I'm pushing out, the curvature will decrease. Okay, so curvature will increase, curvature will decrease, increase, decrease. This is the normal situation. Now if the curvature decreases, we told what will happen to focal length? Increase. So if the curvature decreases, write down like this: if the curvature decreases, the focal length will increase. If the focal length increases, what will happen to power? Power will decrease. So power will decrease. Now if the curvature increases, then the focal length will, yes, the focal length will decrease. Okay, focal length will decrease. And what will happen to power? Will the power increase or decrease?
It will increase.
Yes, the power will increase. Is the concept clear? So if the curvature and power are directly related. Okay, now how is all of this happening? It is happening because I am able to change the tension in the muscles. Now suppose my ability, if you consider my ability, that how much I can tense it or how much I can release it or relax it, depends on my capability. Okay, so this capability which makes me or enables me to see a faraway object or a near object by changing the tension in the muscle of the lens is known as the power of accommodation. Okay, so power of accommodation is nothing but an ability. What is it? It is an ability. Okay, is the concept clear? Good. Now let us understand it in a different angle. Suppose I am growing old. Will my muscle act the same? They won't act the same. Okay, that means if I try to do anything with my muscle, that may be difficult for it to do. Okay, so the muscle loses its flexibility, so it becomes difficult for it to push it inwards. So in that case, it will remain at a more relaxed state and the tension will remain almost fixed. It won't be released too much. In that situation, what happens is that the focal length increases. Okay, what happens? The focal length increases. When the focal length increases, then will I be able to see the closer objects clearly? No. Now is that due to myopia? I won't say that is myopia. That is an aging effect that is happening as I'm aging. See, every aging person needs a spectacle and they automatically need a spectacle except a few. What happens? Every aging person's lenses changes the same way. So every aged person's lenses are unable to contract more, like unable to make the curvature more. Okay, that is why they are only able to see the far away things, but they are not able to see the near about things. Okay, this condition in which the curvature does not get increased beyond a certain limit and the focal length gradually increases, reducing the power, is known as presbyopia. What is it known as? It is known as presbyopia. Okay, so in presbyopia, what happens? The focal length gradually increases. So that means if my near point is 25 centimeter, maybe an uncle's near point is about 35 centimeter, maybe a grandmother's near point is about 60 centimeter. Okay, so that means the near point is going away, but the far point, nothing happens to the far point. Far point remains as it is, the near point is destroyed. Okay, it goes on increasing. Okay, so this is the condition of presbyopia and it can only be corrected with the help of a lens. We cannot do it anything more than that. Okay, now next situation that we need to understand is that, okay, take it in this way. Have we heard of cataract? Chani?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what happens is that cataract happens when people usually grow, in age, okay? And we have to do cataract operations. In cataract operations, we have to remove the upper part of the lens and replace with a new lens, right? So this is also a medical condition which can reduce our vision, okay? If there is too much cataract in the eye, then the person will go completely blind. So we do the cataract operations before that. It's easily available. There are a lot of charitable organizations also who are doing these operations for us, okay? So the medical conditions of eye in physics are up to this one only. If you find anything difficult, contact me next day, okay?